Hey you guys, it's Anunnaki here, and I'm going to be bringing you a quick little run on the Android side of the Infinite Dragon Ball event. And like I mentioned in my previous video, this is a team that I used in that video that I was talking about. So the exact units that I'm using. Okay, so before I get to that, actually, the one thing I hate about the Android one is that the first two rounds they always absorb supers, so you have to not get any, and sometimes the game makes it very hard. But the units that I'm using are pretty much, the new Easy 8 Rose, the Rose Stained Super Saiyan, Goku Black Super Saiyan Rose, the Extreme AGL one. I'm also using what's it called, Epitome of Sublime Beauty Goku Black that transforms into the Goku Black Rose. Okay, so good thing so far. We'll do this, and because of this specific rotation we should be getting a good amount of defense, so we don't really have to worry about the Extreme Merge Zamasu getting a super. Sorry, I was just kind of wondering, like, is it worth sealing him? Yeah, it's definitely worth sealing him. And as you can see, I'm also using True Power of God Zamasu that transforms into Merge Zamasu, and then also, the imperfect Merge Zamasu. And then this one, Wrath of the Absolute God Fusion Zamasu, Extreme Tech. The AGL one and the Tech one, really good linking partners, especially after the Extreme AGL one transforms. What else? I'm using. Let me see. So let's get your defense up first. I have no choice, so I might as well just increase the Dokkan. That's Dokkan bar. I'm also using Sacred Power of Time, Supreme Kai of Time, Power of the Time Unleashed, defensive unit, and then I'm using a Lesson in Good and Evil Gowasun Zamasu, the super physical one that's also a support unit. But it's mostly key and defense, but key and defense is, well, not key, but defense is something that this team does lack. Okay, so we'll do this. I'll avoid the super with you. If anybody who's kind of like wondering about any of these units, send me a DM, leave me a comment, like either on YouTube or on my Instagram or my Twitter, like I mentioned in my previous video. They all have the same handle, Anunnaki, ANNUNKI_YT. Just because I know that sometimes, especially for new players, or even if you're not a new player, if it's a unit you've never gotten before, I understand that sometimes you kind of don't really get how they work, and that's okay, because that happens with everybody. It's just a thing with the game. Sometimes some people, they like it, they like the animations, they like the characters and everything, because it is a nostalgia thing, but they don't really pay attention to, well, they don't pay too much attention or go too much into details with the passive skills and just like everything, like the how would I say it, the fine details, I guess. Some people are just like, okay, well, he's a, what would I say, he's his leader skill, Realm of Gods, blah blah blah. His passive skill seals or stuns them. Like, that's kind of what most people care about, so they don't really pay attention to how would I say, the secondary, kind of like, oh, massively lowers the defense, greatly lowers the defense. I just kind of messed up there. Oh no, I didn't. All right, cool, we're good. And then for the super, like I said, so that was a super attack, and then like the passive skills are, if it's not something major like dodging or like let's say like for the UI GOKU, right, the STR one that came out on global not too long ago. I can't remember the fine print, but the main part of that is just that people know he dodges and he's good because of that, but they don't really pay attention as to the percentage of how much the attack and defense increase or the key increases for each dodge that he does. A quick little shout out to my boy Mr. Baby, which, you know, congrats to him. He hit 1K subscribers last week on YouTube, right? But I was seeing something that he posted on Instagram. Okay, what should we do here? Something I was posting on Instagram that I personally never noticed, even when I was doing the showcases of the STR UI GOKU, that his passive skills kind of, how would I say, like before your turn starts, I guess, before, like, let's say the enemy start attacking him, all that stuff is like predetermined. So he kind of did like a little example, I'm assuming, of his STR UI GOKU. I forgot what event he was doing, but it showed that let's do this. So let's hope I'm lucky, right? Like I was saying, the thing that it showed was that before he supered and before kind of like that whole battle phase started, oh, please don't die, 185k. That's with Gowasu Zamasu. Wow. Okay. Like I was saying, what was I saying? Oh, right. So I think his key level, his UI GOKU's key level was at like 8 or something like that. And then kind of out of nowhere, it just jumps up to 14. And I think in that kind of spot that he was in, there was 6 indicators saying that, you know, on UI GOKU's spot, let me increase his defense a little bit more. Okay, that in his spot, there was gonna be 6 attacks being launched, and because it increased it by 4, that means that 4 of those attacks were gonna get dodged, but not all 8. And I never realized that, and that's actually pretty cool. So it kind of, I haven't used UI GOKU since I saw that, and I think that was like 2 days ago or something. I've been kind of a little lagging it on Dokkan for the last 2 days just because of how slow it's been, and then I bought a lot of new equipment, like a computer, microphone, just stuff like that to kind of better the quality of the content that I'm kind of putting out. And then because prior to this I was actually doing everything just on my mobile phone, and it's doable, it's not impossible, it's just kind of, if you, like right now, like earlier, well not earlier, but in my previous video, I was kind of scatterbrained all over. Where? Okay, yeah, okay. I was kind of like scatterbrained because I didn't, how would I say, I didn't have an exact plan of how I was going to do the Super Battle Road run. So I was just kind of pulling information out of my head. And with the mobile phone, obviously, while you're playing and you're recording, you can't just keep jumping from one, well, like let's say the current game menu to the Safari and just kind of read off their information. You need to have a second screen, be it a computer or just kind of, you print out the information and you read it from there. But even like paper, like I did that before as well in the beginning, and it was kind of hectic just because the papers would fall down every so often and stuff like that. So it wasn't as well put as I would want it. I'm just gonna just do this. Yeah, I don't want to risk Gowasu Zamasu getting super. They're good. They're good, but I currently have them like 22% in the potential system, and I think they have that like 50% chance to dodge. I don't know if it's 50 or 70%, but just because of how low they are, for some reason, my Gowasu and Zamasu don't always dodge all the time. And honestly, just because of how crappy their defense are, even if it's type advantage, sometimes these guys take anywhere between 70 to like 50k damage on a normal with like I was saying, with this with type advantage. And yeah, it's just something I kind of don't want to. I don't want to risk with them. If you guys have dupes on them, 1 or 2 especially, you know, top left, bottom right path, both unlocked. Best recommendation, honestly, is focus on their chance to do an additional attack and dodging. If kind of what I want to do once I get more copies of him, because I only have the 1 copy, so I don't have any paths unlocked. I want to kind of have his I either want to have his additionals at 9, well, no, like at 11, have his crit at 3, because the crit honestly doesn't really matter since he seals supers pretty much. Let's do this. Yeah, so 11 additional, 3 crit, and about 14 dodge, right? Is that the max that it would be able to do? I forgot. Okay, so since he's a physical, I think physicals get the 5 crit, right? If I'm not mistaken. So if he has a 5 crit, just pretty much the rest of the remaining nodes, just additional and dodging, because for Super Battle Road, Gowasu, Zamasu, just any team that they're in, you know, despite their lack of defense, if that chance to dodge is increased by a lot more, man, he's just gonna be pretty much unstoppable. Put it that way. That's kind of where I'm getting at. All right, so let's heal this up a bit. All right, cool. So let me see. Let's continue this little thing. For anybody who doesn't know, actually, and I have mentioned it in my previous video, the AGL Rosé and the Extreme AGL Rosé and the Extreme Int Rosé, they are beasts. They are a total beast, like rotation, just because of all the links they share. Once the Int one transforms into Rosé, I think every single link matches up. Come on, can I skip it? Okay. Every single link matches up except for 1, I believe, right? And before he transforms, it's two links don't link up. So when he transforms, he gets Super Saiyan, and you know, so that's, what is that? Super Saiyan gives attack plus 10%. Right? Yeah. And I think the one that doesn't link up is, I think for the Int Rosé is Kamehameha. Wait, I think, yeah, the Kamehameha wave link or whatever. And then for the power bestowed, the power of a god fusions the Zamasu, the Extreme AGL and the Extreme Tag, they also link up really well. Let me see. Okay, so this is type advantage, so hopefully, let's see, they do okay. All right, so Gowasu and Zamasu are not going to get hit. They're going to get a 70% defense boost. But like I was saying, I think they get big bad bosses, so they have big bad bosses. Fuse Fighter, Godly Power, Dismal Future, and Nightmare, I think is what they link up with. and the ones that don't link up are Fear. Well, is it Fear and Faith? Let me check it out. Yeah, so Dismal Future. Let me see. Yeah, I think Dismal Future is the only one that they don't. Oh no, they didn't have Dismal Future. Which one's the link that they don't? Huh. I'm trying to look it up. It's kind of hard. Like I said, that is one of the problems without a PC. It is a little bit harder to kind of look at. You know, it's a little bit harder. Let's just leave it at that. Where are we at? This is the AGL cell, right? The first form. All right. So crit, we're dead. I mean, we're dead. They're dead. Let's not be dead. Knock on wood. Is there any wood? All right. Knock on wood. I don't know what to do here. I think this is kind of like the best thing I could do, right? So she'll get. All right, let's do that. All right. So hopefully the first two are just normal. God, 64K, 65K. So hopefully this is a double super. So at least. Okay, well, 13K is better than nothing. Please do not super this Marzamasu. The first time that I did this run with this exact same team, I used up all of my items. I used up all of my items, and I think... Oh, no, did I use all my items? I think I only used like 1 or 2. Yeah, 1 or 2, but the whole point is, like, I remember the last... the last one, which was I think the int cell, right? Let me see, give me a second. This is kind of really bad. Okay, so not that bad. Well, pretty much where I was getting at, so I needed to do max concentration there. Where I was getting at was I was kind of in that situation where, well, no, I did use up all of my items. I did, because I had no choice. Okay, I remember. So there was, it was like literally the last boss, and I think he had half of a bar left, like his last and final bar. That was all that was left. And for me, I had about, I think it was like 75,000. Please, oh my god, please dodge it. Please dodge it. Oh, okay. I had about 75k health, and it was the AGL. No, it was the AGL Marzamasu. Yeah, let's do this. And I'm like, okay, so if he gets super, and I didn't transform him because I mean, obviously he is better. Before he transforms into the imperfect one, because his damage reduction stays at 40% instead of going down to 20%. So I was just like, and I think on that rotation, obviously I had the tech Marzamasu, because you know those are the best thinking partners for each other. And I had Gowasu and Zamasu in the last rotation, so it was kind of the weaker defense rotation that I had. Put it that way, kind of. If that super would have landed on the incorrect place, I would have just lost the whole run and that was it. But thankfully I got lucky enough that the friends Marzamasu that I was using actually had, how would I say, had a chance to do a crit. So let's do this. Yeah, so I haven't, oh, this is almost a no item run, huh? Okay, cool. Alright. It's funny because I'm kind of paying attention to the game, but I'm also kind of trying to gather my thoughts since I'm kind of pulling all this stuff out of my butt. I thought I used an item, so now that I know it is almost a no item run, I'm definitely gonna pay a little bit more attention to at least what I'm doing. Okay, so this is kind of a good a good way to kind of check his defense right now. 138k, it's not bad. Double digits is good too. So that's what I'm saying. Like, he is good. Like in the later matches, he is a lot better. Like once his defense is there and he gets that super, you know. But I don't know, man. I feel that. Okay, please. What can I do? Okay, so I know that for like the legendary Goku event, like he'll still do good, but he still takes a good amount of damage if I remember correctly, because I think I did try to use him in the LGE event the first day that I completely easy ate him, but that was so kind of like long ago. I honestly can't remember. And this is what I love about the Rose. Those crits. What is it? Is it every hit that he gets, or every turn that passes that he gets a 10% increase or chance to get a crit, up to 50%? And if you already have a good amount of crit, like I think I put 14 additional, like 11. Oh, please dodge it. Oh, thank God. Okay. How much was that? 58k. Oh, yep. This is what I remember. Okay. I'm kind of wondering. Should I continue? Okay. Should I continue to do this as a no item run? Or, yeah, let's just do that. All right, cool. He locks rotations. I forgot that he did that. I should have healed. I just hope he doesn't super again. Alright guys, so sorry for that kind of like long pause. If I didn't edit kind of me talking on it, I don't know, I'm still kind of debating it, but I received another call, so I had to obviously edit that part out. Okay, so this is the one bad thing. This is the really bad thing about this. So he locks positions, and if you're lucky, God, I don't trust Goasun Zamasu, man. All right, let's just do this again. Like I said, these guys they're great, but if they don't dodge, they are crap. Please just dodge the super. Please dodge it. Okay. Please dodge. See, 70k on a normal, and that's with the Supreme Kai of Time. Alright, so let's double super with her. Please? Okay, no. Alright. So since this is type advantage, I should hopefully see big happy numbers right now. Right? Crit? Well, I mean, it was good. It was a crit, but it wasn't as big as I thought it was going to be. Alright. Sheesh. Who has a better defense? Obviously, he had a better defense. Okay. Yeah. now all the rotations are just completely messed up now. $109K. Okay, that's actually surprisingly not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be at least 250K. But let me see how much normal tax. 26. So that means this guy's probably going to take like 50K per hit. Hopefully I'm wrong. Nope, I was right. I'm dead. Well, we got close to it. Sadly, we did not get the win. Maybe next time. I don't know. If you guys kind of did like this kind of rotation, you guys want to see it passed, definitely let me know in the comments. You know, send me a message, send me a DM on Instagram, or just tweet me on my Twitter. Like I said, it's Anunnaki, ANNUNAKI_YT. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Definitely share the video. It'll help me out. But this is kind of more of a showcase that I wanted to show this guy, and I was hoping that I could pass it like I did the other time. But the rotations, the units that got locked down were obviously the worst ones that could have been locked down. But I mean, it is what it is, right? And on to the next one, guys. Take care.